Aloha. Welcome to another Cove Roundup. So one of the cool things that we did in Q4 2024 was the rollback capability for standby image. So just to break it down, we have a wonderful continuity suite. We can support different recovery locations like your own server, your own location center, Azure, right? So there's a high degree of flexibility, and there's a high degree of flexibility in how you want to restore, whether you want to do it one time or whether you want to do a standby image, which is essentially just going to maintain a copy in a continuous restore. And the goal of that is, of course, to have a short recovery time objective. Now, one little piece that was missing was the ability to roll back. So what a lot of you were asking for is give me the ability to roll back in time, go to previous points in time, but still get the benefit of the standby image. So getting the best of both worlds of rollback and short recovery times. And this is exactly what we delivered. It's super powerful in the context of a cyber attack, for example, where you might have to have some flexibility to go back to different points in time working with your incident response teams, but you can do that basically at lightning speed. The second thing we actually worked on is the Microsoft 365 offboarding of users. That's a particular pain point that's really industry-wide. Users, as you know, come and go, and when they go, right, often we as administrators put them in a shared mailbox or deleted mailbox status. And it's not actually always very transparent whether we're still being billed and so forth, right? That's the general problem statement. So with Cove, one of the first things we've actually done in 2024 was just to drive greater visibility into sort of what's what. So you can actually filter by, do we have an active user or is it an offboarded user? And then I can see the billing status, and I can actually remove individual users from billing, which is really, really nice. So again, the goal really here is to drive greater transparency and allow you to have the sort of the tools to take some actions that would right-size your bill, but still protect the right users. We are all aware time is short and of the essence, and we need that technician efficiency. So staring at a dashboard, as beautiful as it is probably not the most productive. And what a lot of you want is, I wanted to be able to get a notification when something happened so I can take action, then log in, solve the problem, and move on with my life, right? That's the general pain point. So we heard that, and we're going to launch our event-based notification service exactly for that point. But as you can imagine, how this will evolve throughout the year and the years to come is there are other types of events. So let's say somebody deletes my backup. That would be really, really important from a security perspective. Or let's say somebody alters the retention period. I want to be able to take action because that could be undermining the integrity of my backup or data protection infrastructure. And then, of course, there's the consumption of these notifications, right? It's obvious that this would be a wonderful candidate for a PSA. So something happens on the left, I push that event out into a PSA like, I don't know, Halo PSA, and then I can open a ticket, remediate the problem, again, move on with my life. So really the goal here really is to get the information into the place where you spend your time, where you live. That's arguably the PSA. Minimize your technician efficiency, because one thing we know, technician or skills shortage, that's a real problem. So we got to make it easier and easier to do your job. So another thing that's really exciting in Q1 is that from the continuity perspective, we're going to augment a little bit our standby image as it pertains to standby image into Azure. And we're planning to reduce the cost structure by about half. That's exciting, right? So we have a lot of benefits for Microsoft Azure. You can stand it up. I mean, not on demand. There's steps involved, but you don't have to buy servers and stand up a disaster recovery site, if you will. We have a lot of options. We can up the compute. So there's a lot of flexibility inherent to using a hyperscaler, but sometimes costs can be a little bit unnerving, and that's just a normal thing. But our job as engineers is also to find ways to just ease out a little bit or lower the COGS so your margin profile can improve. And that's something I'm personally really excited about. So the third thing we're excited about is this topic of Microsoft 365 user offboarding, right? We just talked about Q4, what we've done. So greater transparency, you can filter, see if we have an inactive or offboarded user, and then you can take action to remove from billing a single user. So I think this is a feature that MSPs are absolutely going to love.